First Contact and Revelation. The skies above Mount Wilson Observatory erupted in a cascade of purple light as a spacecraft tore through Earth's atmosphere, trailing plasma and debris. Dr. Elena Santos, lead astronomer of the facility, watched through the main telescope as the vessel's silvery hull reflected the setting sun. This wasn't a meteorite or space debris. This was something entirely new. "Get me the Pentagon," she barked into her phone, eyes never leaving the scope. "And someone wake up Director Chen." The ship, roughly the size of a commercial airliner, managed to stabilize its descent before making an emergency landing in the Angeles National Forest. Within hours, the area was swarming with military personnel, scientists, and enough hardware to start a small war. Dr. Santos found herself ushered through multiple security checkpoints, her expertise making her one of the few civilians allowed near the crash site. The vessel's hull bore obvious battle damage. Scorched panels and crystalline projections suggested weapons far beyond human understanding. But more intriguing were the markings along its side, symbols that seemed to shift and change as she watched them, as if trying to communicate. A harsh grinding sound drew everyone's attention. A section of the hull was opening, revealing a figure that defied description. The alien stood nearly 3 meters tall, its body covered in what appeared to be living metal, flowing and shifting like liquid mercury. When it spoke, the sound seemed to bypass their ears entirely, materializing directly in their minds. "Sanctuary," it projected. "Earth, sanctuary, forbidden zone." Colonel Sarah Martinez, the ranking military officer on site, stepped forward. "I am Colonel Martinez of the United States Armed Forces. You are on Earth. We mean you no harm." The alien's form rippled, its surface displaying cascading patterns of light. "Pursuing. Empire ships. Must not find. Earth protected." Before anyone could respond, orbital sensors detected multiple objects entering the solar system. The alien's form pulsed with urgent patterns. Too late. They follow. Must. Protect. Coordinates. Dr. Santos watched in horror as the alien's form began to deteriorate, its living metal surface becoming unstable. "Wait. Protected by what? Who are you?" The dying alien's final message burned itself into the minds of everyone present. "Earth, ancient power, birthplace, must not fall to empire." High above, the first Imperial ships entered Earth's atmosphere, sleek, predatory vessels that made the refugees' ship look primitive by comparison. As they descended, Dr. Santos realized humanity's relative isolation in the galaxy was about to end, and Earth's true significance was about to be revealed. Colonel Martinez was already barking orders into her comm unit, mobilizing every available military asset. Dr. Santos turned to her tablet, frantically documenting everything she'd observed about the refugees' technology. If Earth truly was something special in the galaxy, they would need every advantage they could get. The alien's body had completely dissolved, leaving behind only a small crystalline device that pulsed with an inner light. As Dr. Santos carefully retrieved it, she noticed patterns within that matched ancient cave paintings she'd studied years ago as a hobby, paintings that archaeologists had never been able to explain. The first Imperial ships were now visible to the naked eye, their hulls black as space itself, bristling with weapons. Humanity's first major contact with the wider galaxy wouldn't be peaceful cultural exchange. It would be a fight for survival. And somehow, Earth itself was at the center of it all. Warning sirens began to wail across Los Angeles. The Empire had found Earth, and with it, a secret that had been hidden for millennia. Humanity would have to learn fast, adapt faster, and unlock whatever ancient power lay dormant in their world before the Empire could claim it for themselves. As military jets scrambled to intercept the incoming ships, Dr. Santos clutched the crystal device. Something told her this small artifact was just the beginning, a key to understanding why Earth had been marked as forbidden, and why the galaxy's most powerful civilization was about to wage war to claim it. The Empire's interest. The Imperial ships hung in Earth's orbit like obsidian daggers against the star-filled sky. Their presence had thrown the planet into chaos, but Dr. Elena Santos had no time for panic. She sat in a hastily assembled underground facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, surrounded by holographic projections generated by the crystal device they'd recovered. "These symbols," she muttered, comparing the alien script to archaeological records. "They're identical to markings found in the Gobi Desert, under the Pacific Ocean, and deep in the Amazon. We've been sitting on top of this for thousands of years." Had transformed the veteran soldier into something new, part human, part living computer. "The Empire is deploying their planet-killer vessels." Dr. Santos nodded, feeling the information flow through the network. She had become humanity's primary interpreter of the predecessor legacy, her mind expanded by constant contact with their technology. "They're desperate. They know we're growing stronger by the hour." The first Imperial assault came like a tidal wave of darkness. Weapons that could shatter planets struck Earth's shields simultaneously from 12 different vectors. The ancient barriers held, but the strain was immense. Around the globe, newly awakened humans channeled their energy into the defensive grid, their combined consciousness strengthening the shields. But the Empire had not ruled the galaxy for 10,000 years without learning how to adapt. Their second wave carried something new: quantum disruptors designed to unravel the very fabric of spacetime. The shields began to buckle under this unprecedented assault. "They're targeting the nexus points," Dr. Santos realized, watching as Imperial forces concentrated their fire on the places where Earth's cosmic ley lines converge. "If they can't claim the power, they'll try to destroy it." Throughout human history, these nexus points have been considered places of spiritual or mystical significance: Stonehenge, the pyramids, Mount Kailash, Uluru. Now humanity understood why. These sites were natural amplifiers of Earth's cosmic energy, and their destruction could potentially unravel the planet's power grid. But the predecessors had planned for even this. As the Imperial attack intensified, new defenses emerged from Earth's core. Massive crystalline structures, dormant for 50,000 years, rose from the ground at each nexus point. These weren't just shields, they were weapons. "Everyone, brace yourselves," Dr. Santos warned through the global network. "The predecessors left us more than just defensive technology. They left us a way to fight back." The crystalline structures pulsed with blinding light, drawing power from Earth's cosmic ley lines. Beams of pure energy lanced upward, cutting through space itself to strike the Imperial fleet. Ships that had survived millennia of warfare were vaporized instantly. The Empire responded with even greater fury. The space around Earth twisted as they deployed their most devastating weapons, devices that could literally erase portions of reality. The battle was no longer just physical, it was being fought on the quantum level itself. Humanity's advantage was their connection to Earth's power grid. While the Empire had to force their way through space and time, humans could work with the natural flows of cosmic energy. Every person linked to the network became a conduit, channeling power in ways the Empire had never imagined possible. In orbit, Imperial ships began to fall. The combined consciousness of billions of humans, augmented by predecessor technology, proved more adaptable than the Empire's rigid military doctrine. But victory would come at a cost. The power flowing through human minds and bodies was never meant to be channeled so quickly. People were burning out, their enhanced genetics struggling to contain energies that could reshape reality. Dr. Santos felt the strain herself, her consciousness stretched between Earth's defensive grid and the human network. The predecessors had designed humanity to wield this power, but they had intended the adaptation to take place over generations, not days. They were compressing millennia of evolution into a desperate last stand. "We can't keep this up indefinitely," General Chen warned, his merged consciousness detecting fatigue throughout the network. "The Empire is pulling in reinforcements from nearby systems. We need to end this soon." Dr. Santos probed deeper into the predecessor data streams, searching for anything that might tip the balance. What she found hidden in the quantum bedrock of Earth itself would change everything. a weapon of last resort, a final gift from the predecessors that could rewrite the rules of the war entirely. But using it would require a sacrifice greater than anyone had imagined. As Imperial forces gathered for what they hoped would be their final assault, Dr. Santos prepared to reveal a truth that would force humanity to make an impossible choice. Defiance of giants. The holographic displays in the Rocky Mountain Command Center showed thousands of Imperial warships emerging from hyperspace. The Empire had committed nearly a third of its total fleet to Earth's destruction, a testament to how much they feared what humanity had become. Dr. Elena Santos stood before the Global Defense Council, her consciousness still linked to Earth's power grid as she explained what she had discovered. The predecessors didn't just leave us weapons and shields. They left us a choice. The crystal projected a new image, Earth as it had been 50,000 years ago. A vast civilization had existed then, spreading across not just Earth but the entire solar system. They had been the predecessors, a species that had learned to manipulate the fundamental forces of reality itself. They didn't die out, Dr. Santos explained to the assembled military and scientific leadership. They transcended. But before they left this plane of existence, they created a network of defensive systems. Earth wasn't isolated. It was being protected. Satellite imagery showed similar installations activating across the globe. Beneath the Egyptian pyramids, inside Mount Everest, under the Pacific Ocean. Each site housed technology beyond human understanding, but the crystal was teaching them, downloading information directly into the minds of those who could comprehend it. In orbit, the Imperial fleet had begun to move. The Nexar wouldn't wait for humanity to fully activate Earth's defenses. The first attacks came as precise energy beams, targeting the ancient installations. But the beams encountered shields that had waited millennia to be tested. "They're afraid," General Chen observed, watching the orbital battle unfold. For the first time in their history, the Empire has encountered something they don't understand and can't control. The crystal's next revelation stunned everyone present. The predecessors hadn't chosen Earth randomly. The planet itself was special. It sat at the convergence of cosmic ley lines, natural channels of energy that flowed through the galaxy. Earth was, in essence, a cosmic nexus point. "That's why they want it so badly," Dr. Santos said. "Whoever controls Earth could theoretically control these energy flows. The Empire has been searching for this place for thousands of years." But the predecessors had left more than just defensive technology. As Dr. Santos delved deeper into the crystal's data, she discovered something extraordinary. The human genome contained markers, deliberate modifications made by the predecessors. Humanity had been designed to be their successors, slowly evolving to handle the power Earth contained. The ground shook as another ancient installation activated, this one in the heart of the Rocky Mountains themselves. A vast chamber opened, revealing a control center that responded to human thought. The predecessors hadn't just left their technology. They had prepared humanity to use it. "This is why Earth was forbidden," Dr. Santos announced, understanding flooding her mind as the crystal shared its final secrets. "The Empire didn't isolate us. The predecessors hid us, giving us time to evolve, to become ready." In orbit, the Imperial fleet launched a full assault. Energy weapons powerful enough to crack planets struck Earth's newly awakened shields. But with each attack, the defensive systems adapted, learning, growing stronger. And with each passing hour, more humans began to understand the legacy left to them. General Chen received reports from around the world. People were connecting with the ancient technology, their latent abilities awakening. The predecessors' genetic modifications were manifesting, allowing humans to interface with systems that had waited millennia for their touch. "We're not just fighting for our survival anymore," Dr. Santos realized, watching as humans across the globe began to access the ancient networks. "We're completing a plan 50,000 years in the making. The predecessors chose us for this moment." The crystal device pulsed one final time before going dark, its purpose fulfilled. The knowledge had been transferred, the systems activated. Now it was up to humanity to prove they were worthy of their inheritance. As Imperial ships pressed their attack, the ancient defenses responded with increasing sophistication. But the true battle was just beginning. Humanity would have to master powers they barely understood, unite as never before, and face down the greatest empire the galaxy had ever known. Earth's time of hiding was over. The age of emergence had begun. Rising storm. Imperial warships darkened the skies above every major city on Earth, their weapons charging for what they hoped would be a decisive strike. But in the 3 days since the ancient defenses had awakened, humanity had not been idle. Dr. Elena Santos stood in the transformed control center beneath the Rocky Mountains, watching as humans across the globe connected to the predecessor network. The genetic modifications hidden in human DNA had begun to express themselves fully. People discovered abilities that seemed like magic, the power to interface directly with the ancient technology, to sense the cosmic energy flows that converged on Earth, to understand and manipulate the quantum fabric of reality itself. "They're coming in from the dark side of the moon," General Chen announced. His consciousness merged with Earth's defensive grid. The predecessor technology. General Marcus Chen, newly appointed head of the Earth Defense Initiative, studied the tactical displays showing Imperial ship positions. "They haven't attacked yet." "Why?" "Because they're scanning," Dr. Santos replied, not looking up from her work. "The refugees' memories in the crystal suggest the Empire doesn't just want to conquer Earth. They're looking for something specific, something ancient." The facility's sensors suddenly blared to life. A single Imperial shuttle had broken formation, descending toward the North American continent. Its trajectory would bring it directly to Denver, the nearest major city to their hidden base. "They're making their first move," General Chen announced, his voice tight with tension. "Dr. Santos, what can we expect?" Before she could answer, the crystal device pulsed with new information, projecting images of Imperial technology and capabilities. The aliens they would face called themselves the Nexar, a species that had ruled the galaxy for 10,000 years. Their technology was based on quantum manipulation, allowing them to alter the very fabric of reality. "They're sending an embassy," Dr. Santos said, reading the data. "But it's a facade. The Nexar never negotiate. They're buying time while they search for Earth's power source." The crystal's projections shifted, showing ancient star maps. Earth sat at the center of a vast network of energy lines that stretched across the galaxy, lines that the Empire had been following for millennia, destroying or subjugating any civilization that might lead them to their source. "We need to evacuate Denver," General Chen decided, already issuing orders. "But we'll meet their embassy. Buy our own time while we figure out how to activate whatever defenses the ancients left us." The Imperial shuttle landed in Denver's Central Park, its sleek design drawing gasps from the gathered crowd. From it emerged 3 Nexar representatives, their bodies encased in crystalline armor that seemed to absorb light itself. Their movements were precise, almost mechanical, as they approached the human delegation. Dr. Santos stood beside General Chen, the crystal device hidden in a specially designed scrambler case at her side. The lead Nexar spoke, its voice a symphony of harmonics that translated itself. "Earth has been isolated from galactic society for good reason," it declared. "Your world holds dangerous powers, powers your primitive species cannot comprehend. The Empire offers you a choice. Surrender these powers willingly, or we will take them by force." General Chen stepped forward, his military bearing unwavering. "Earth is our home. Any powers it holds belong to humanity. We will not surrender them to any outside force." The Nexar's crystalline armor shifted, displaying patterns of barely contained anger. "You do not understand what you protect. The power beneath your feet could reshape the galaxy. It cannot be left in the hands of an infant species." "Then help us understand it," Dr. Santos interjected, her scientific curiosity overwhelming her caution. "Work with us instead of threatening us." The Nexar turned to her, its faceted head tilting slightly. "Your species is young, but not stupid. You know we cannot allow that. The Empire has spent millennia ensuring no rival power can emerge. Earth's power must be contained. As if to emphasize the point, more Imperial ships descended through the atmosphere, taking up positions above every major city on Earth. The message was clear: cooperation or annihilation. But the crystal at Dr. Santos' side had begun to pulse more strongly, reacting to something deep beneath the Earth's surface. The Nexar embassy noticed it immediately, their armor bristling with sudden alarm. "You already possess ancient technology," the lead Nexar accused. "This changes the parameters of our interaction." Before anyone could respond, the ground began to tremble. Across the globe, ancient sites lit up with impossible energy, responding to the crystal's awakening. Humanity had run out of time to prepare. Earth's hidden powers were stirring, and the Empire would not wait any longer to claim them. Ancient guardians. The sky above Denver crackled with energy as ancient power sites around the world awakened. Dr. Elena Santos watched in awe as geometric patterns of light emerged from the ground, forming a massive holographic display visible from orbit. The Nexar embassy had retreated to their shuttle, their crystalline armor resonating with the energy surge. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, previously hidden chambers began to open. General Chen ordered immediate deployment of research teams to every newly revealed site. The crystal device Dr. Santos held was becoming increasingly active, projecting streams of data faster than their computers could process. "It's a key," she realized, studying the patterns. "The refugee didn't just give us information. They gave us access to Earth's defensive systems." Through the neural network, she shared her discovery. Deep within Earth's core lay the source of its power, a quantum singularity engineered by the predecessors. It was the heart of the cosmic ley line network, the reason Earth was so special. "We can use it," she explained, her voice heavy with the weight of the knowledge. "Channel all of Earth's power at once. But doing so will change us. Permanently. We'll complete the evolution the predecessors designed us for, but we'll no longer be purely human." General Chen, his consciousness merged with Earth's defensive systems, understood immediately. "We'll become like them, like the predecessors." The Imperial fleet began its advance. Their weapons fire lit up space itself, reality-shredding weapons powerful enough to tear holes in the fabric of space-time. Earth's shields, powered by the combined consciousness of billions, held firm but were weakening under the onslaught. "We need to decide now," Dr. Santos urged. "The Empire won't stop. Even if we drive them back, they'll return with their entire fleet. This is our only chance to end this permanently." Through the global network, humanity debated. The choice would affect everyone, not just those directly connected to the defense grid, but all of humanity. The predecessors had designed their species for this moment, this decision. The Empire's advance continued. Their ships deployed planet-killer weapons, devices that could strip away Earth's atmosphere or shatter its crust. The ancient shields began to crack under the assault. In that moment of crisis, humanity chose. Not through governments or leaders, but through the collective will of billions of minds linked through the predecessor network. They would embrace their destiny, complete their evolution, and face the Empire as something new. Dr. Santos initiated the sequence. The quantum singularity at Earth's core pulsed with blinding energy. Every human on the planet felt it. A surge of power that rewrote their very beings at the quantum level. The change that should have taken thousands of generations happened in seconds. The Imperial fleet faltered as their sensors detected the transformation. Energy readings from Earth went off their scales as humanity transcended their physical forms. The genetic modifications the predecessors had engineered were finally expressed in full, allowing humans to exist simultaneously in physical space and the quantum realm. Through their new awareness, humanity could see the Empire for what it truly was, not an invincible force, but a stagnant power desperately clinging to control. The Imperial ship's quantum weapons were useless against beings who could step between realities at will. Dr. Santos, her consciousness now expanded beyond physical limitations, reached out to the Imperial fleet. Her thoughts, backed by the power of Earth's quantum core, penetrated their strongest shields. You sought to claim Earth's power, she projected, her thoughts reaching every Imperial ship. But you never understood what that power truly was. It wasn't a weapon to be seized or a resource to be exploited. It was evolution itself. The Empire's response was predictable. They launched their entire arsenal at once. Planet killers, reality shredders, quantum disruptors, and weapons that defied classification struck Earth simultaneously. But humanity had evolved beyond the need for physical shields. The attacks passed through Earth harmlessly as its population shifted partially out of normal spacetime. The planet itself seemed to flicker, existing in multiple quantum states at once. Your reign is over, humanity's collective consciousness declared. Earth is not just forbidden, it is beyond your reach. Forever. To demonstrate their power, they did not destroy the Imperial fleet. Instead, they showed the Empire the truth, visions of the predecessor's plan, the nature of cosmic evolution, and the future that awaited species who embraced change rather than fought to control it. The Imperial ships retreated, their crews shaken by the revelation that they had spent millennia trying to prevent exactly what they had just witnessed, the emergence of a new species of true cosmic significance. Earth itself had changed. The planet pulsed with visible energy, its quantum nature now apparent to any who observed it. Humanity had become something new. Not quite energy, not quite matter, but a bridge between states of existence. Dr. Santos, her consciousness spread across multiple realities, understood that this was just the beginning. Earth was no longer forbidden because it needed protection. It was forbidden because it had become a beacon, a signal to other species that evolution, not conquest, was the true path to cosmic power. The Empire would never return to Earth, but humanity's journey was just beginning. The cosmos itself beckoned, not as a realm to be conquered, but as a frontier of endless evolution and discovery. The age of human limitation.